Hi guys, Lemmy here. Welcome back to another art video. Today we are doing something called a Scribble challenge, which I first saw Mary Doodle do on her on her YouTube channel. Now, I love Mary Doodles. She's really amazing, and I love it when she does these Scribble challenges. She basically closes her eyes and then she makes a whole bunch of random lines on a canvas and then creates a picture from it. So today we are doing the same sort of concept, except the lines are pre-chosen by Winsor Newton. This is actually part of their logo, and they took out a whole bunch of the lines from their logo, which is a Griffon if you've ever seen it in the store. And they've left quite a few lines left over for us to make a picture with today. Now, this is not only a Scribble challenge, but it's also a contest with some really awesome prizes. This contest is to promote their new Promarkers and brush markers that they've came out with. They are alcohol-based markers, and I have done a review on them on my channel. If you would like to check it out, I will put it in the annotations and also the cards so that you can click on it and go over there and take a look. The prizes for the contest are brush markers and Promarkers. So if you really want to know more about that, I suggest you click on the other link when you're done with this. So, a little bit about this contest. I'm going to read through what they said on their website. And it says that there's basically 4 bullet points. And if you would like to follow along or more information, I will have this in the description of this video, so you can click on the link and go over there. I am led to believe that this is an international contest, so it doesn't matter where you live, you can still join in the fun. The 4 bullet points they have here is that you have to create your own artwork. It can be anything you like, but you must use the lines displayed on the template below, which is the template that I've shown you in this video. 2, your artwork must be made using mainly Promarkers and or brush markers. So you can use the Promarkers and brush markers to color. You don't have to have that many colors because you are allowed to use pencils and liners and other things to embellish your pictures. But they want you, basically they want the main ingredient of your soup to be Promarkers, which I can totally understand because this contest is to promote their Promarkers and brush markers. Bullet point 3 says you have to upload your picture to Instagram using the hashtags #InspiredByPromarker and #WinsorNewtonChallenge. You can enter as many artworks as you would like, and the closing date is the 31st of October, which it says 23:59 GMT, whatever time zone that is. And the 4th bullet point is for full terms and conditions, please see below. So I actually kind of clicked on the fact sheet because I kind of wanted to know a little bit more so that I could share it with you guys. And some of the more important things that I wanted to share is that the winners will be announced on the 30th of November. If you've won, you'll be contacted in the first week of December. You can use any paper you want to print out the template onto, but it says in order to, I guess, participate in this contest, you have to have your paper in landscape orientation. So if you look at the paper that I'm working on right now, that's landscape. If you turn it to the left or the right once, then it will be portrait. So you definitely want it to be landscape. It says that you can also turn the template upside down and draw a picture with the template upside down, but it has to be landscape orientation. There isn't a minimal amount of colors like Promarkers that you have to use. You can draw whatever you want. Just make sure it's not inappropriate. And there are 4 prizes. The first prize winner will receive a full set of Promarkers and brush markers. So the difference between Promarker and brush marker is that basically they're the same ink, they're the same marker, except instead of a bullet nib, which you would have with a Promarker, for the brush marker, you have a brush nib. And then the other side of the marker is the chisel tip. So you get a full set of Promarkers and a full set of brush markers. So this will mean that you have some overlapping of colors. There are more Promarkers out there than brush markers, for those of you who I guess want to know that. But yeah, you get like a really nice selection, a lot of markers. Now the runner-up, which is second place, and the public favorite will both win their own prizes, and it's the same prize. Second and public favorite will get a full set of Promarkers. So of the Promarkers and the Brushmarker sets, the Promarkers have more marker colors available. So that's the larger of the two sets. And then there's the third place winner, which will receive a full set of the Brushmarkers. I love both the Promarkers and the Brushmarkers, and I've used both Promarkers and Brushmarkers in my picture today, as you can see. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about my picture here. And yeah, because I guess you guys would probably want to know about that. First off, I was really concerned about actually entering the contest because whenever I looked at these random lines, I could only see one thing. And I was thinking, gosh, if I could only see one thing, then everyone's going to see the one thing that I see because I couldn't see it any other way. And it's so funny to think of it that way because after I completed this picture, I went online and I looked at like a whole bunch of other people's, I guess, entries to this contest, and also some people on YouTube and what they've made, and everyone's pictures look completely different. So, I mean, I guess it's one of those things where you might see one way of doing it, but everyone else sees completely different ways of doing it, which is really cool. And it's really fun to just kind of see what other people do and be inspired by that and their different takes on it and their outlooks. And it's just very interesting. I really like this contest idea. So when I looked at this picture, the lines in the upper right look like a hat, and the lines elsewhere kind of look like fabric from a dress. So I really wanted to do a witch. Also, because it ends on the 31st of October, I kind of felt like it was fitting for the time of year, right? I drew out this girl, and how I did it was I printed out the template on the piece of paper, and then I used a light box to transfer those lines onto a sketchbook piece of paper. I transferred the lines with a pen, and then I sketched around it using a pencil. And then after I came up with this whole picture that I liked, I then went back to the light box and I transferred my sketch lines onto the actual marker paper that I had, and I kind of like made it really nice and clean that way so that I didn't sketch directly onto the piece of paper that would be my finished piece. Once I transferred all the lines, I got started on coloring. I don't have that many Promarkers and I don't have that many brush markers. So if people think like, oh, you have a full set, that's definitely not the case. You can see at a certain point in the video, I might have put in like this little scrap piece of paper that had a whole bunch of colors on it and numbers. Those are the Promarkers that I have. And I was able to make like a really complete and full piece using the colors that I do have. Other things that I used with the picture, I used liners, obviously, for the lines. And I used some jelly roll for some highlights and accents. And then I used one color pencil just to add a little bit of texture to the sky behind her. And that's essentially it. So this is mostly Promarker and brush marker work that we have here today. Anyway, I hope that you guys liked this video. The Scribble challenge was a whole lot of fun. It really kind of presses you to use your imagination and try to find a solution to a problem. And it gives you a lot of, I guess, creative leeway, and it makes you think of doing things that you've never considered doing before. Like, I don't think I would have ever have made this picture look like this unless I had those lines that I had to work with that were given to me. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this video. I also hope that if you happen to have some Promarkers or brush markers around, that you actually enter this contest, because the prizes are awesome. Like I said earlier, if you want to know more about Promarkers or brush markers, I did do a review, and yeah, you can check that out. And also, if you want to enter, the information for entering is down below in my comments section. There's also like terms of service and things like that that you guys might want to look through, some question and answer sort of things, and they also have a little video on it. And yeah, so I'll talk to you guys next week for another art video. Good luck if you decide to enter the contest. And also, if you want to share what you made for this specific contest, you can link me your pictures down below in the comments section. And I know that the spam filter will probably pick it up, but I'll manually go through the spam filter and I'll okay the pictures so that you guys can show each other what you made, because I think it's really cool when we can kind of promote each other using social media. So yeah, if you get involved, let me know what you make, because I would love to see your interpretation of these lines. Like I said earlier, it's just crazy how different these pictures end up looking from one another, and I'm just so surprised. So yeah, take care. I'll talk to you guys next week for another art video. Bye!